What's going on, guys? My name's Airfaded, and today I'm here to show you my 2010 LEXUS LFA drag tune. This is a tune that utilizes the LFA's V10 stock motor, makes 1,281 horsepower, coming in at 2,742 pounds, give or take. And yeah, it's a really solid tune for you guys, and let's not waste any more time and jump right into it. Alright, so hopping on in here to conversion, like I said, we will be using the stock V10. There's also two V12 options that you can swap into it, but the LEXUS LFA's V10 is pretty solid. So keeping it rear wheel drive, and then we are going to be adding twin turbos to it. Nothing in for aero and appearance, and then tires and rims, we got drag tires obviously. Leave the stock tire width in the front, and in the rear upgrade it all the way to the 345s. Rear track width all the way out, front track width all the way out, and then for wheels you can go with whatever wheels you fancy, probably something on the lighter side. I've chosen the Wed Sport TC 105Ns. They're a pretty sleek looking wheel, but something a bit lighter, always preferable for drag cars. And then hopping over to the drivetrain, we got the race clutch, the race transmission, the race driveline, and then the drift differential, which allows you to shift just a little bit faster. Springs, we got rally suspension, race front and rear anti-roll bars, and then full race weight reduction. And then finally for the engine, just gonna quickly run through it for you guys. It's fully upgraded. Everything from the intake to the valves, all this stuff is fully upgraded, and at the end you will be coming in at about, let's see, 1,281 horsepower, weighing in at 2,742. So that is the build for you guys. Let's take this thing out and show you the tune. Alright, so now we're at the track. Let's dive into the tune for you guys here. So for the tire pressure, we got 30 in the front, 15 in the rear. Gearing, we got 314 final drive, and then we have 384, 258, 194, 152, 124, and then 100. You basically are going to be using 5 gears in this tune a lot of the time, just because you really want to get that power in those high RPMs. So it does use about 5 gears, but it's pretty solid, honestly. Front and rear camber, and then front and rear toe all set to 0, 7 for the angle caster. All the way front, or all the way stiff in the front and rear at 65. For springs, we have all the way soft in the front, and then 521 on the rear, as well as full ride height in the front and rear. Rebound stiffness, we have 1 in the front, 2 in the rear, and then we have 20 for the 20 bump stiffness in the front, 20 bump stiffness in the rear. Sheesh. No aero, you can leave the brakes alone, and then 100 and 100 for the differential. And so that is the full tune for you guys. Let's whip it out here on the track and basically show you guys how to launch this thing. So if you don't know how to launch in Forza, pretty easy. You just got to hold down the brake and the gas, and it'll hold you at varying RPMs depending on the car, but looks like for this one we got about 2,400, 2,500 RPMs, and then yeah, you just go ahead and let go. Ooh, missed my first gear completely there. Let's try that one more time. I just did not shift. Let's try that one more time. So yeah, just hold. There we go. So you will see that the rear spoiler come out. I forget what it's called, active air or something like that. But yeah, so that's the full tune. If you go for the whole length of the drag strip, you actually will end up shifting into 6th. But yeah, it has a pretty solid quarter-mile time. It's really good for roll racing. I'm going to show you guys what it does roll racing in a second. I'm also going to show you the quarter-mile time right now, though. So let's go line it up down here for you guys and show you once again how it launches. So for those of you who don't know, the quarter mile in this game is pretty easy to kind of calculate. You just got to set your waypoint to the speed trap at the end there and line up 440 yards away, and you have the quarter mile. So let's launch this thing with the timer and see what we get. And so there you have it right there. Second gear is probably the biggest part of this tune. If you guys kind of saw it there, but once you launch from first and into second, you kind of spin in second actually, but it just keeps it hovering right at like 9,000 RPMs. If you kind of see that in the gear range there when I do it. Let's try it one more time, just so you can kind of see what I mean. But it's kind of a feature I've found, or maybe not a feature, but some of the cars, when you shift into second like that, they kind of spin their wheels, but at the same time they just hold at that high RPM. So pretty solid there. And yeah, that's basically the tune for you guys. Let's head over to the bridge real quick and show you what it does in a roll race setting. Okay, so we're at the bridge here. Very popular spot so far for roll racing. So I'm going to show you guys what it does basically if you were to 40 roll it to the speed trap at the end. And I'm going to start keeping track of all the times for the various cars on the channel and how they can kind of compare. So as you can see, it will get up to 5th gear if you're going to the speed trap, and it traps at 191.11. So that's pretty good for, I believe that's the speed trap is about a quarter mile away. I think it's slightly longer, but not by too much, but it's about a quarter mile away from those gutters, which is kind of the starting line for a lot of races. But yeah, so it's very good roll racing, very good at from the dig, and yeah, just overall a really solid car and a really solid tune. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to like and subscribe, all that stuff. Leave a comment of any other cars you would like to see, and yeah, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.